Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I wanted to go through some of the images I got from the 35mm Canon RF lens that I did a video on earlier this week or last week. I don't remember, all my days are blurring together at this point. Because I was trying it out last night and a little bit this morning, and it blew me away. It absolutely blew me away. So, without any further ado, as soon as I can get this to work for me. Let's just hop right into it. So here I've got 7 images that I took with the 35mm. And I tried out the macro capability because I've never used a macro lens before. And I never knew I needed one, but now I'm starting to think that I do. I mean, just look at how clear and sharp these images are. This is my cat Onyx, and it was incredibly difficult to get her to actually stay still for these. That's not really macro, but it's a cute photo. But if you're zooming on the eye, you can see it's f1.8, ISO 1250. As soon as the preview loads, you can see it's incredibly sharp. You can see the lens, myself, and her pawing at the lens because she was not sure what it was. Hilarious. You can kind of see, you can even see like the LED lights I have lining my living room. This is a little bit higher. This is what I love about mirrorless cameras and VR is this is ISO 12800. That's the max default that I set for it, and it's still incredible image quality. You get a little bit of noise here, but it's absolutely fantastic. Let's move to slightly lower ISO. So this is just the logo on my laptop, the Omen logo, and again, as soon as it loads, a little bit of chromatic aberration here, a little bit of fringing, but incredibly detailed nonetheless. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't notice that slight bit of fringing before. I think if you're doing macro with this lens, you should probably drop the f-stop a little bit, and I think I did for one of them. Yeah, so this is the cap of my 85. I dropped it down to f5, and my shutter speed should have been a lot faster than this. But, you know, the fact that I can get this, you zoom out, you can't really tell, but that is really, really nice. But I think I like the ones of the cats a little bit better. I had my shutter speed at 1/100th per second. That's definitely what I should have been shooting at earlier today when I was taking photos of the lenses. I think, what was this one? Yeah, so 1/25th of a second, no motion blur, but that fringing, oh, I do not like that fringing one bit. A little bit of purple, a little bit of green. Sorry, we can fix that. These are absolutely gorgeous. Actually, I wonder what it would look like with some of my presets. I like that. That's very moody. No, I think I like the cinematic a bit more. It's very moody. Let's just adjust this ever so slightly. Darkness just a little bit more. That's really nice. And even at 12,800 ISO, as soon as the image decides to load, that's not even too terrible. We can fix that. Where is my noise reduction tool? I love this tool. Don't ever want to use the noise reduction tool too much because it ends up smoothing everything out. Just a little too much if you crank it all the way up, but this is good right here. It's smoothed out a whole bunch of the grain, and the eye even looks a bit sharper now. That's beautiful. Okay, definitely keeping that one. Now this is one of the ones that I think that, no. Let's try something else here. There we go. This is one of my first presets that I ever made. Absolutely beautiful, teal and blue. Oh. Come on, you can do it. I believe in you. You can load. I really need a better computer. I'm trying to build one. One of my colleagues, one of my work colleagues, is going to be helping me build a new PC soon. Just because my laptop is getting old, see, and now Lightroom is no longer responding. There we go. That's a lot better. It blows me away because even in a macro, you can kind of see all the individual LEDs in her eye, the reflection, that are along my my living room. Why are you doing this to me, Lightroom? But this is one of those situations where just a little bit of noise reduction would be useful. You know, I don't even want to touch this. I don't want to change the color or anything for this. This is just perfect. I love it. That is. She has such pretty eyes. I keep them. I don't even know where they are right now. I think they're sleeping somewhere. And this one's just cute. If you can't tell, I really like the teal and orange look. It's probably one of my favorites. See, that's cute right there. Again, don't even want to touch it. But this isn't exactly macro. This is just at the 1.8, but you can see how blurred out and separated the background is. She's got such a cute little face. This is one of those ones where I definitely should have had a higher shutter speed, but again, with these new mirrorless cameras, you can barely tell. Like, unless you're zoomed in on it, you're not going to tell at all. Zoom out, that looks like a very crisp, sharp, high quality image. I don't know what I want to do with these ones. Ooh, that's a bit movie. Ooh, I like that. I think the only thing I do with this one is turn up the temperature a little bit, make it a bit more orange. Maybe not as much. But that's a solid product shot right there. I mean, not a whole lot of it is in focus, and if I were to take this image again, I would definitely open up the aperture just a little bit, like bring it down to f5, f6, just so you get more of it in focus, because that's not, it looks cool, but you've got this one thin line of focus across the whole thing, and that's just kind of the effect you get with macros. But it kind of reminds me of using like an old Canon tilt shift lens, because that's just that one line. I would even go as far as like to edit all that out around here, everything but the logo. That does look pretty cool. Let's move on. Well, let's check some of my other presets. Nice black and white, that's pretty moody. That's too much grain. Again, you've got that one line of focus down the middle that's really bothering me. I mean, for the pictures of the cat, it's not that bad. But let's see. No, okay, let's not do that. Let's not do that. I do kind of like that though. A little bit desaturated. Texture up a little bit. Let's just bump that vibrance up a little bit, just because that looks a little bit better, a bit more blue. We'll bring the temperature down just a tad. Standard S curve. That was completely against how and why I built this preset. I don't even remember why I built this one. But now we're starting to get a little bit of noise in there. Let's just crank this up a bit. Yeah, overall I'm actually not too happy with this image. Let's scrap this one. I'm very indecisive. See, that's a little too overexposed, but I do like that. You know what, I like this one with the flare up here. That's really nice. I like that a lot. Okay, let's bring some of this detail up. Haze a little bit because I'm not sure how I feel about that overexposure in the background there. The thing with these images and the presets is you can't screw with them too much when you use a preset, because then you just start getting really weird things happening in the image. There we go. That's a lot better. Now even the text is trying to start to come in a little more clearly. I really should do a review on this lens because it's fantastic. It's probably one of the best 85s I've ever used, other than the Canon RF 85 1.2. That's just a phenomenal lens in general. 85s are like my favorite focal length. Yeah. So again, we got rid of a little bit of the fringing on the AF there. But I still got a bit of that green. I wonder if something a little more along the green line would get rid of that. No, I like this. I'm gonna keep that there. Oh, sad part about macros is I need to start cleaning my shit better. When I'm taking photos of it, you can see like cat hair. And okay, let's see if we can't fix this. Sharpen it a bit. No. Oh, that's nice. So I'm not even going through all the ridiculous presets I've made. You can see down here, like, I've got a whole folder of like unusable. That is really moody, but the highlights are a little too much. I built most of these for nighttime street photography, so generally when I'm going through I have to bring down a lot of the highlights and the exposure just a tad. Just a tad. And see, I've already built in some of the tone curves in a lot of these, even though I barely know how tone curves work. This is just when I was first learning how to use them, and I found some cool effects that I really liked. Actually, let's bring this vibrance down a bit. Kind of really liking that green tone there. I really want to crush these shadows here. That looks really neat. Let's bring these highlights down a little bit more. Actually, let's bring down some of this clarity. Just a little bit, just because, God, I'm so indecisive. No, more clarity looks better, even though you can see all that crap on there. Whatever, you make the best out of a bad situation. I completely forgot I have coffee. You can tell it's been like a long day already. It's only like noon. But yeah, these are a few of the test images I did with the macro. I'm going to do a full review on the lens when I have time to go out, film that, and try it some more, because this is just stuff I did around my apartment. But yeah, and if you haven't noticed, this is a new kind of home office studio setup that I put together. I took just one of my old desks, I ripped the top half off and moved my entire apartment around to make this work. It's a bit of a work in progress. We're gonna have cool lights and decorations, like do something cool with that back wall. I don't know, maybe make like a gear counter or something. You can't see I've got like my Canon Pro 100 out in the front here. Maybe that's what I should do, is just like print a whole bunch of my images and make a wallpaper out of it. That sounds really, really expensive, but it's a thought. I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do with it yet. If you guys have suggestions, put a suggestion down in the comments and I'll take a look, and maybe you guys have some cool ideas for me. We'll see. Definitely need to get a new desk. I want to get one of those nice L-shaped desks because I like to organize everything. I'm a little OCD. But what are you gonna do? If you like this video, please hit that like button and hit that subscribe button, turn that bell on for notifications for when I post. I'm gonna try and do one video a week at the bare minimum, maybe a few more. I'm not quite sure what direction I want to go with this yet. But yeah, like, subscribe, comment. Thank you very much for coming back and checking out the channel. And hopefully I will have some new stuff out for you guys really, really soon. So again, thank you very much, and see you in the next one.